Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Book of Erica. This is the place where we talk about all things bariatric surgery, pre-op, post-op, and life after bariatric complications. My name is Erica, and I am now officially a 12-year veteran of the gastric bypass surgery, and I'm just sharing my journey with you. So today, I need to apologize because I've been MIA for a little bit. I'm going to give you my update on my weight loss after regain journey for the July edition. June was missing, and something that I don't think is talked about enough after bariatric surgery is that sometimes there's depressive episodes that can happen. And I have found myself in one. I don't think it's surgery related though, or weight related. I just found myself in one. And yeah. So I have been teleworking since March of 2020 for my day job. Of course, my second job is a public facing job, and that's been going hardcore all along. Both of my jobs are considered essential. Yay me. So luckily I still got to work through the pandemic. Some people might say that that's unfortunate, but I consider myself very blessed that my job was one that didn't go away. But the work environment for my day job was more toxic than I realized until I got sent home. And I have been working very, very hard. COVID threw everything into turmoil for my job, and I was pulling 16-hour days for a long time, like months and months, 7 days a week. And I am just now getting to the point where I'm not consistently getting crazy amounts of overtime from that job, much less the second one. So yeah, I'm feeling the burnout, and they have just announced that we are going back to the office. And I was hoping that because, at least I had proven to be very productive at home, that telework would become a more permanent fixture, which I'm not going to complain too much. We do get to telework 2 days a week, but when I got the email that said that I had to return to the office, which the chief of our district, who was the person making the decisions about when to send people back, she did make sure that I was one of the last people to have to return. And I appreciate that very much. But when I got the email that I was going to have to return to the office, I crashed. I cried for 3 days. It was rough. And it made me realize that I have no desire whatsoever to return to my office. And I love the people that I work with, but the environment, some of those people don't like each other. And I'm a person that believes that your opinion of somebody else should not determine mine. And so I try to be friends with everybody because I like everybody. I think they all have their strengths and their weaknesses, and that's what makes a community of people valuable, is that everybody is different and unique, and when you bring all of that together, good things can happen. But that's just me. I'm a weirdo, and I tried to be friends with everybody. I still try to be friends with everybody, but it is difficult walking on eggshells for every conversation that you have to have. And every, like, when you can't go to the bathroom in the office because somebody might see you speak to somebody else, that's just an incredibly negative culture. And so I ended up having to call my doctor, and I have been very upset. I got that news at the end of May, which threw me off for getting the June update to you guys, and I apologize. But I just was not in a real good headspace. And so I had to call my doctor, and they gave me a new prescription, which I think has affected things in a not so great way. I started it, I think, about the middle of June. So let's get to the numbers now that you kind of have my update. Sorry, I've got them written down here because there's so many. Back in May, the last time that you talked to me, or that I talked to you, I guess, I was at 177 pounds even. In June, my weight on the 1st was 177.2, which is an increase of 0.2 of a pound. I'm not sweating 0.2 of a pound, especially considering, how life had been going. It's okay. And then there's July. So I'm a stress eater, and yeah, it was bad. My weight was 179.8, which means that between June and July, I gained 2.6 pounds, which makes my total gain since you saw me last 3.8 pounds, which is just terrible. That stuff comes on so much faster than it goes off, even after bariatric surgery. So I'm sharing this with you so that you know that, you have that honeymoon period in the beginning where you're going to lose no matter what you do, but honeymoons end. Just like with marriages, honeymoons end, and there will eventually come a point where, you have to do the work. And I just was not doing the work in June. So it shows in those numbers in a bad way. So I am on some new medication. Hopefully that is not causing or contributing to the weight gain. And I'm really excited. I know I've mentioned this once before, but sorry, I had to put my cocoa down. I got one in the mail, and I'm going to start using it. So this is my book that's on Amazon, and it is going to be what I use from now on instead of my little dot grid journal, but it's got a little message from me in it. So excited. And I have not filled this in yet, but I'm going to start with July, and I'm going to fill this in, and it's going to have a place where I can track my food, track whether or not I took my, I don't know if you can see that or not, track whether or not I took my vitamins and stuff, track my water, whether or not I exercised that day. This is where it's at, y'all. It's everything that you need. It's not like, I'm not a graphic design person, so this is just, it's rough, but I'm excited to get to use it. So that's where I'm at going into July, and I apologize because June's setback also set me back on editing, which meant that for a brief amount of time the pre-op steps for success got postponed, but they will resume, and I'm sorry for the delay. Totally my bad. But I'll get those out to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below, and don't be afraid to subscribe and join the community. We can talk about anything that you need to know. I'm an open book. Okay, I will talk to you later.